R.I.P. then, Rick Davies, who has passed after a bout with a battle with cancer. And I remember Supertramp's Breakfast in America being on the radio, and I think after the fact, only after the fact, on my cassette deck. I think people had moved on by the time I got it, and that is why I have revisited one of the albums that really is a bit overlooked, perhaps. Now, it was always Mr. Davies and Roger Hodgson, wasn't it, who had a sort of, they bought their own songs, and all of that, and they usually had an overview of the album. This time they didn't, and there were some issues with this 1982 album, Famous Last Words. Now, people said, why do you call it Famous Last Words? Clearly that means something. It means it's the end of the band. Well, it was the end for Roger Hodgson with the band, because they were a bit concerned, I think, the band, and certainly Hodgson was concerned with Rick Davies' Poppy aside, that he brought in after the massive success of Breakfast in America, of course. And Hodgson had brought in something called Brother Where You Bound, which was a longer piece and a more kind of thoughtful, I suppose, piece. And they didn't want that on this album, the band. But of course, 3 years' time down the line, we get Brother Where You Bound, which doesn't have Hodgson on it. It's the last album with them. And listening to it, there is not much difference between the tracks that Hodgson and Davies brought in. I mean, It's Raining Again is the Hodgson big, oh, it's raining again. I don't like it, but it's a big hit. But Crazy, one of Davies' tracks, or is it Hodgson? It's Hodgson's track, isn't it? Good radio, one-note piano, and just like the last album, really, it's almost, well, you like that, you'll like this. Big sax solo from John Halliwell, nice organ, sweet chorus, very yachty. Of course, yacht wasn't a thing then, of course. Put On Your Old Brown Shoes is lilting sax solo, country air, electric Joanna, a real winsome feel. And things like Know Who You Are, which is Hodgson's tune, has a lilting vocal with acoustic and some sweet strings. Everything is really, really easy. My Kind of Lady, that's, I think, Davies' tune. Open, yachty, blarting sax, fruity, and strings, pop, chart, really lovely. Don't Leave Me Now, though, is calm and perky piano in it, but a late night sax and a repeating piano and a sad feel. I love the horns, use of Waiting So Long, the stabs and the big dramatic feel. This is a great album, and it's overlooked. And people say, well, it's their last real album. And it's great.